How do we fix the affordability crisis in Los Angeles? I'm luxury LA realtor and developer Eddie Fala, and I'm pulling back the curtain on the whole operation. Housing prices aren't just driven by demand. They're driven by how hard it is to build new homes. In Los Angeles, building housing is one of the most difficult things you can try to do, aside from finding a good date on the market. First, you have zoning. Large parts of LA are locked into single-family zoning. Height restrictions, density restrictions, setback requirements, parking minimums, hillside ordinances. So even if a developer wants to build housing, most of the land legally doesn't allow it. Now, let's say you get a piece of land that does allow you to build what you want. Getting plans approved in Los Angeles can take months, if not years, and every delay costs money. Now you add in construction costs. Labor is expensive. Materials are expensive. Insurance is expensive. In most parts of Los Angeles today, it can cost between $400 to $500 a square foot just to build a basic house, nothing luxury. Now, California recognized the housing shortage and tried to address it. One of the big solutions was ADUs, and they absolutely help. But in reality, a lot of homeowners aren't using ADUs to add brand new housing supply into the market. The adult kids either move into the ADU or the older parents move into the ADU, and many homeowners still aren't comfortable having strangers living in their backyard. So ADUs help, but they haven't solved the shortage by any means. Then California introduced another policy called SB 9, which allows you to split your lot into two. Now, on paper, that sounds like a huge solution, but in reality, the timeline makes it very difficult for builders to rely on. Just getting the SB 9 lot split approved can take about a year. Then you file permits for the house, which takes another year or 2 years, and then you're building. So now you're looking at roughly a 3-year process before the builder can even sell the home. Holding a property for 3 years means paying property taxes, insurance, loan payments. So let's look at the math. If construction costs around $500 per square foot to build a home in Los Angeles, and you build a 2,000 square foot home, that's already $1 million just in construction costs. Then you add the land that you need to purchase, architects and engineers, and the profit that a builder needs to take the risk. When you add all of that together, most builders need to sell a new home for around $800 per square foot, and $800 is the minimum. That means a 2,000 square foot home ends up around $1.6 million. At today's interest rates, around 6.25%, that's a monthly mortgage payment of roughly $7,800 to $8,000 per month. A household probably needs to make around $250,000 to $300,000 per year just to afford the basic brand new construction starter home. Now, condos are much cheaper to build per unit because you can stack housing vertically and share infrastructure. But Los Angeles has very restrictive zoning in many areas, which limits how many condo projects can actually be built. So instead of creating thousands of smaller entry-level units, the market often ends up producing single-family homes, which are far more expensive to build and therefore far more expensive to enter the market.